everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since I've uploaded. Been a bit busy with work, life, etc. Same old story really. Last video was obviously my DIY spray video. Hasn't turned out brilliantly a month or so on, but I'll run through that maybe at the end of this video or in another video. I am planning on saving up and getting the van done professionally at some point. It doesn't look too bad, but you know, there's some things that I'm not happy with, and the matte paint is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. It stains, you can't keep it clean. It is just a bit of a nightmare, and I want it glossy and shiny basically. So anyways, onto this video. So I've got myself a flashy new steering wheel. Oh, the steering wheel on the van at the moment is crusty, for want of a better word. It has been heated up by the sun, it's falling to pieces. Whenever I drive it, I get black stuff all over my hands, and it just ruins the van, basically the inside of the van. The inside of the these early T5s are not the best anyway, are they? Very plasticky and very sort of commercially looking anyway, so I am going to do stuff with that eventually at some point. I'm thinking about taking the dash out and flocking it, or getting it flocked, but we'll see. Depends whether I can be bothered or not. It's a big job taking a dash out, isn't it? So, but yeah, I'll run through this, show you guys how to fit one of the multifunction steering wheels. Obviously, the van being a 2006, the multifunction buttons on the steering wheel won't work. There isn't a loom in there for the multifunctions to work. So, but what I am planning on doing at some point is I'm going to try and bring up the wiring diagram for the buttons on that steering wheel, and see if I can link it in with a little loom for my stereo, just so I can turn the stereo up and down and things like that. I'm not sure if you can do anything with cruise control on here. I don't know. I'll look into it, but for now I'm just going to get the steering wheel fitted, get it on there, and yeah, so I don't get covered in gunky black stuff whenever I drive the van now. So anyway, first step. So the first thing you want to do when you're doing anything with steering wheels, taking them off, anything, is obviously take the battery off, because the last thing you want is for the airbag to go off in your face. So I'll disconnect the battery, and yeah, then we'll move on. Right, battery's all off now, disconnected, everything's dead. First thing, to get the actual centerpiece where the airbag sits in the steering wheel, you've got two little clips that sit inside. I'll show you on this wheel here. So on the back of the steering wheel, oh, come here with the camera. I've plugged the GoPro in to try and keep it charging while I'm recording. I've just realised I've disconnected the battery, haven't I? So that's not going to work. So right, okay, so yeah, in here, these two little clips here, one on either side, you have to get something with a bit of a right angle on, get that in there and prise them off there, because that's what holds this piece in here. Once that comes out, it gives you access to the bolt and everything behind it. You can see what I mean about the steering wheel, look, just how crusty and horrible it is. So yeah, getting those out can be a little bit of a nightmare. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get the camera down to record them. One way I find it quite easier of doing these is if I get my phone, as if I was going to record a video on my phone, and then put that down on the dash, so you can look in the phone and see where you've got the let's see if I can show you what I mean. So it's a bit difficult because I've got to try and hold. I've got to take the cowling off first, so the outer cowling of the steering wheel, so I'll do that. But yeah, if I hold my phone down here like this, I don't think you can really see it, can you? But yeah, you get the general gist of it. Yeah, so you hold your phone there, and that will show you where the little hole is on the back of the steering wheel, to get that little right angled tool in, just to pop them clips out. All right, I'll get that one done, and I'll get the cowling off, get them clips off, and then I will come back. Okay, so I've got my cowlings off, and I have actually removed the airbag assembly from my old steering wheel. Mine is a 2006 T5, and taking the steering wheel this airbag assembly off is slightly different than the clips I showed you earlier. I didn't realise that. It's I can't really show you now anyway, but there's a screwdriver. You put a screwdriver in a hole in the bag and you twist it and it releases 2 springs, and then you can pull that front bit out. It is not easy to get out. It is a bit of an arse to get out, if I'm honest with you, but it's out. What I did do as well, where I pulled mine because it was really tight, I pulled the cover off my plug for the airbag, so I really hope that's not going to affect anything. I have put everything back together and it looks okay now, but yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that. We can only try, can't we? So you have to take this piece here off, the loom. So obviously this plugs into here, which is your trigger for your airbag, and these are your bits for the horn, I assume. There's a ground. Yeah, these are your bits for the horn on here, as you can see. So you've got to take them off and swap them over onto the new steering wheel's airbag assembly piece. So I'll get that done. I think you also, this little purple piece in the middle here, this piece here, you have to take that out and put that in the center of this piece. I'll get the airbag assembly out of the new steering wheel, and we'll have a look and we'll compare them. Yeah, so they're like. Okay, so you do have to change these little pieces over inside here. So this was the one off the new steering wheel I got. It might be worth mentioning, actually, I should have mentioned this right at the very start. So the new steering wheel I have is from a Scirocco. I'm not sure of the year, if I'm honest, but like I say, my van is a 2006. So my van had in there this little pink piece of plastic here. Okay, yes, so we did have to swap these little plugs over. So this little pink, this is the new steering wheel here. It had this little purple clip in here, and my steering wheel had this little pink one in there. So you have to swap them over. So you have to prise out the purple one out of here and prise out the pink one out of my old steering wheel and put that in here. It might be worth noting that this new steering wheel is off a Scirocco. I'm not sure what year it is, but I know it's off a Scirocco because it has the flappy paddles, which I'm going to have to take off. Now, I'm hoping everything looks like it's in correctly, but this is the first time I've changed one of these. I've obviously done a lot of reading up on them. I'm hoping to God that the airbag doesn't go off when I turn the ignition off, put the battery back on. But we shall see. Right, I'm going to get all this put back together, get this old wheel off and get the new one on in its place, and then I can start putting everything back together. Okay, so that is the new steering wheel is on now. When you put the steering wheel on, you've got a little line on the actual steering wheel itself and a little dot on the steering column. So you've got to get them lined up, and that is your wheels straight, wheel straight, steering wheel straight. Yeah, that's the right word, isn't it? Yeah. And then obviously you've got your big, I've dropped it on the floor, great. Hold on. Ooh. There we go. So that's the bolt that obviously goes in there to hold the steering wheel in place. That goes in there. Be careful not to cross thread that because it is quite a fine thread. Okay. I shouldn't be using the impact driver for this really, but there you go. That's nice and tight. That's on there. And then after that, your airbag assembly goes in. As you can see, I've swapped over. So my old loom from my old steering wheel is now on the new steering wheel. It's fairly easy to put on. You've got a little clip that comes, that you pull up out of the middle here. So this little piece here pulls up, and then that will allow you to take the airbag plug off. So when you, that's the reverse when you put it back together. So you push this in. Obviously you've swapped the clips over, or the little cowlings, the pink and purple cowlings. Plug in, click that back down, and that will hold that in place. That will lock that in place. You then got your horn wires. This is your ground, and these are your your lives. Or it could be the opposite way around, I'm not sure. That is the old plug, and that obviously plugs into the old existing plug that goes through there. So, right, I'm going to get this all plugged in and see if it works. Hopefully the airbag doesn't go off. Needless to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn the ignition on outside of the van. Okay, so I just realised that the other bits I filmed with the phone when the GoPro ran out of batteries, I've actually had the phone that way, so it's not going to come out right when I edit the video, but it is what it is. So I can't be bothered to go back and do it all again. Anyway, so everything's fitted now. So put the battery back on. Airbag hasn't blown up in my face. Everything works. Horn works. Everything. So yep, all good. I'm going to get tidied up now. Get the cowling back on, and it's getting a little bit late now. I did stop for some dinner halfway in between, but I'll leave this one here. I will sign this one off. So thank you for watching, everybody. Obviously, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. I suppose it would actually help if I shoot the steering wheel fitted, wouldn't it? Yeah. Sorry, it's because I'm in a bit of a rush. So anyway, let's flick this camera around and let's have a look. There we go. So all back on. That looks 1,000 times better than the crusty old other one did. So and I think it's going to be a lot more comfortable to drive it as well. The other one was really thin and horrible, where this one is quite nice and chunky. So I've got the cowling and everything to put back on, and I'll give it a little bit of a clean, and I might take it for a little drive and just see what it feels like. So I don't know why I'm all paranoid about this airbag going off. Everything was done as it was meant to be, so I'm just sure it should be okay. Should have left the little flappy paddle bits on there, shouldn't I? You see there, look, you got where the paddle was actually screw on there. It would look a bit weird with a gear stick as well. So anyways, I'll end this one now. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.